Gaming Smiler here, and still Batman Day for now, and so I'm going to review another Batman movie, which is The Dark Knight, which was released in 2008, and it's very good. If you ain't seen it, go see it. Watch it now. What are you doing? Watch it. Of course, everyone is back for this one. Everyone from Batman Begins is back, who appears in the film, of course. And Heath Ledger plays the Joker, and he's a pretty good Joker, I'm going to be honest. Lots of people back in 2007, 2008 were saying that he's not going to be a good Joker, but he is. He's one of the best. And yeah, so this film, very good. Give it a 9 out of 10 smiles. No, blown up hospitals, that's what we're going to go with. 9 out of 10 blown up hospitals. Nothing's going to reach a 10. So, I'll just, 9.5 blown up hospitals. How do you blow up half a hospital? You leave the other half fine. But anyway, film, yet again, directed by Christopher Nolan. And his music is done by Hans Zimmer. And it's good. So, non-spoiler stuff, over. So, yeah. Into spoilers. So the film starts off with a bank robbery. Very good scene. Don't need to really talk about it that much, do I? Basically, it's a bank robbery. And Batman. So after this bank robbery, there's actually Batman stops a drug deal that's happening in a parking building between Scarecrow and some Russian guy. But yeah, he stops it. It's a pretty cool scene. Like it a lot. Get to see some gadgets. We can get to see why people are so scared of Batman. Because he also just grabs guns and fucking turns them and destroys them. A bunch of copycats like the Sons of Batman in the Dark Knight Returns comic. But yeah. So Bruce gets some stitches after a dog attack, and yeah, they manages to catch Scarecrow this time, by the way. And so they talk. He investigates the robbery as he talks about Harvey Dent to Alfred. Then we get a scene in court between Harvey and Maroni. The guy tries to kill him and he beats him, tells him not to. That if you're going to buy guns and try and kill a DA, that you should do it with a all-American gun. So yeah, take that in mind if you want to kill a DA, but don't do that. So the guy tries to blackmail Bruce. I'm not joking. Guy tries to blackmail him. But before this, there's a deal between Mr. Lau, who's a businessman from Hong Kong, and he deals with a bunch of legal shit. He actually deals with quite a lot of the crime lords in Gotham. And yeah, basically, Bruce doesn't trust him. They don't trust him because there's some irregularities in the books, and it doesn't make sense. So he also asks Lucius for some Batsuit upgrades. For example, the ability to turn his head. And yeah, it's quite funny. So after this, Bruce goes to dinner, and he meets Harvey Dent, and they have a general piss-taking contest, basically. And they talk about how Harvey could possibly be the Batman, but no, obviously no. But yeah, while this happens, Joker goes and meets the crime lords of Gotham, and this is where we get the magic trick. I love the magic trick scene, where he shoves a pencil in the guy's eye, and he says that they shouldn't trust Mr. Lau, because Mr. Lau is a squealer, and he can tell a squealer from anywhere, and Batman will make him squeal, and the police may not be able to get him, but Batman can, and he's right. Batman does go to Hong Kong and get him. It happens literally 20 minutes later. So Harvey meets Batman, and yeah, that's when they tell Batman, yeah, by the way, he's left Gotham, so you should probably go and get him. Batman's like, yeah, I'll go get him. I'll just go to Hong Kong and get him. So he goes to Lucius, gets some new bats, gets some stuff, he also hires a Russian, an entire Russian ballerina show, bunch of them together, and takes them on a yacht to, just outside of Hong Kong, I think, and he hops on a plane. But this is just so that it's not irregular for Bruce to be away. But so he kidnaps him and brings him back, and after this scene, we get the sequence of the Joker and one of the crime lords. Basically, one of the crime lords got really pissy and said that he basically put an amount of money on Joker's head, a couple million, and Joker shows up to his place with a crew of people, and this is where we get Why So Serious. I'll be honest, Heath Ledger, one of the best Jokers, especially because of the sequence where he talks about his father was a drinker, and mommy went for the knife, and daddy didn't like that, and then he came to him, said why so serious, and then he kills him. I like that scene. That's a good scene. Basically, there's two bodyguards, and Joker says that there's a spot on the team, but there's only one. He breaks a snooker cue in half and tells them to fight for it. So yeah, we just cut away from that, and it's to Lau being interrogated about the crime bosses, and he basically doesn't talk until he gets what he wants. Which, I mean, they should have just got Batman in. Like, he went through the effort to go to Hong Kong to catch him. They should just get Batman in to beat him around. But yeah, it doesn't matter. So the crime bosses have a lunch, and they get arrested by Jim Gordon and the police, and people get arrested and put behind bars, and some don't, and then all of a sudden there's a hanging dead guy in a bat suit. So basically, then all of a sudden there's a TV report where the Joker says the Batman must unmask himself or people will die. And he decides. Batman doesn't, by the way. Then we get the scene. We get another party scene, which there was a party scene in Batman Begins, but I prefer this party scene because in this party scene there's the Joker, and this scene's fucking brilliant. I love it, so good. There's the part where he meets Rachel and he talks to her. Joker talks to Rachel about his wife and how he got scars. See, this is something that I like about this version. This version doesn't have a definitive origin, which makes him more like the comic Joker, because he doesn't quite have a definitive one. Yes, there's the killing joke, but as the Joker says, if he's going to have a past, he prefers it to be multiple choice. So that's just him making one up, possibly. But Bruce disappears and comes back as Batman, of course, and he appears when Joker says, "Got a little bit of fighting," I like that. And Batman has a funny retort line, which is, "You'll like me." I love that. I love that bit. That was so good when I was 8 years old in cinema. Loved that bit. Anyway, it results in Batman beating the shit out of a bunch of goons, and then Joker dangles Rachel off the edge of the building, and Batman says, "Let her go," and then Joker goes, "Poor choice of words," and lets her go, and Batman jumps after her. And he saves her, but he doesn't go after anyone else. He doesn't go back up. I guess Joker must have just ran away, or whatever. Probably would have done. So, after this, Alfred talks to Bruce about he had some military service, and there was this guy who just wanted to see the world burn, and he's like, "Mr. Wayne, some people just want to see the world burn, so, whatever, man. Be careful." And basically Bruce says that he's going to stop him, and he does some detective work because there's been a murder in a random area in Gotham, and Joker leaves a newspaper which has the mayor's image with Joker features, and the blackmailer appears again, and he's talking to Lucius about how Bruce Wayne is actually Batman, and what he wants. He wants 10 million. Yeah, he wants 10 million so that he can have a nice and happy life. and Lucius just points out to him that he thinks that Bruce Wayne spends his nights beating up people in Gotham, and and that he's planning on blackmailing this guy, and he kind of just shuts up and sits there looking all scared, and then he ends it off with a "good luck with it," which I like that. That's good. That's a good one. Anyway, this blackmailer ends up appearing again. He appears on TV, and basically the Joker threatens his life, but that doesn't happen for a little bit. So after this, the good old Bruce asks Lucius to make him essentially detective vision. He can scan through stuff, and of course Lucius makes it with not that much trouble. And then we get a scene in Gotham where there is a march for the mayor. Anyway, it ends with Gordon supposedly dying, and well, yeah. Also, Harvey catches the guy that does it, that supposedly does it. Anyway, after this, Batman goes to Maroni's club, grabs him, tries to find out who the Joker is by interrogating him, breaks his legs by dropping him off a building. And yeah, that's about it. So, after this, Harvey finds the guy, and he threatens to kill him and it's all up to a coin toss. And Batman says, you can't just deliberate someone's life on a coin toss. That's dumb. That's stupid. That's evil. And Harvey's like, I don't give a shit. But yeah, and he's like, he's a paranoid schizophrenic. He didn't do it. So Harvey almost killed someone. But yeah, after this, Harvey pretends to be Batman because to catch the Joker. They catch him. They manage to get him after a fight, and a truck flips over, which is a cool scene. You should watch that. Don't want to spoil it too much. But the Batmobile, aka the Tumbler, gets damaged badly, so now he has to use the Batpod. Anyway, turns out Gordon's not dead. He's not dead. He's been alive the whole time. Goes and meets his wife. Wife's not very happy. Obviously, she slaps him. Anyway, then also after this, we get a scene where So after this, Dent and Rachel get kidnapped, and Joker tells them locations. Now, Rachel dies, but this is all Batman's fault as well, because he says, I'm going after Rachel, but he ends up at the location with Two-Face, where Dent is. And so he essentially just said, yeah, police, you go for Harvey, and I'll not go for Rachel, we'll both go for Harvey. So yeah, it's all Batman's fault for that. So yeah, he tries to save Harvey. He gets half of himself covered in fuel and half of himself burns. And then we get Harvey's in the hospital, and then we get the scene where Joker burns a pile of money, and he kills Lau by burning him alive, and he also kills the Russian guy by feeding him to his dogs, because he mentions during the parking fight scene that he's got dogs and that they're hungry, and whatever. So that happens. The blackmailer goes on TV, and he says he knows who Batman is, and Joker's like, well, I'm going to change my thing. Why should I have all the fun? And you know what? If he isn't dead, then I'll blow up a hospital. So yeah, they start evacuating hospitals, and then they try to keep the blackmailer alive. Bruce accidentally saves him with a car crash, and after that, Joker is at a hospital, and he meets Harvey. He pretends to be a nurse, and he tells him about schemers and how everyone was a schemer and how he was a schemer, how Dent was a schemer, and look where that got him. and all that, you know. He's just twisting his mind into making him Two-Face. And he says he's like a mad dog chasing cars. Does a pretty good job at manipulating him into turning evil. And he even makes him rely more on the coin. And yeah, heads, you know, the whole heads and tails, you live, you die. Joker gets the you live. And Harvey leaves, and Joker blows up Gotham General. But there was a funny thing where the pyrotechnics failed during filming, and Heath Ledger just kept acting. He just acted like it wasn't working for Joker, and he got that. And then it blows up, and he's like, oh shit. Which is pretty good. Just shows that he was a good actor. May he rest in peace. But yeah. So after this whole entire thing, so as I said, then Joker comes up with a whole entire boat plan, which is basically that he's put 2 bombs on different boats, and people in each boat have the detonator for the other one, and he has the master detonator. Basically, if one of them don't blow the other one up, and he blows them both up. And this is supposed to test people, you know, make more people like him. And Batman stops him by saving the hostage. He's got a bunch of hostages. He saves the hostages and beats the SWAT team before they can do anything to the hostages by accident. And then him and Joker have a fight. He wins, obviously, because he's Batman. And then Joker tells him about Harvey. Turns out Harvey has kidnapped Gordon's family. He kidnaps them and he holds them to chance. He kidnaps them, takes them to the place where Rachel died, and he basically holds them. He's also killed 2 other people. He kills Maroni. He technically kills 3. He kills a guy who works at a bar, and he kills a guy who drives a car for Maroni. And where Rachel died, Batman tackles Harvey, and Harvey dies because it's a very large drop and snaps his neck. Batman has to run away, and because he framed himself for murder, and that's how the film ends. He just runs away. But it's a good film, not gonna lie. I do feel like in The Dark Knight Rises that they meant to have the Joker. Like, originally they were planning on having the Joker in the next film, but unfortunate circumstances. But yeah, as I said, 9.5 blown up hospitals out of 10. There's only half a hospital left. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we'll be reviewing The Dark Knight Rises in a little bit. But I hope, as I said, hope you enjoyed. If you're new here and you want to help me, hit the subscribe button, and also if you all still want to help me, leave a like if you enjoy. If you don't enjoy, don't leave a like. But yeah, do whatever you do if you don't enjoy it. And if you want to help me out, as I said, hit the subscribe button. If you want notifications, you got to hit the bell, because that's a thing. And I'll hopefully see you next time, and good.